The witness then testified about going to Behal's apartment to conduct a welfare check on his girlfriend.
Without telling us what Deputy Turner told you, what were the next steps that you took in the investigation?
I made the decision that we're going to do a welfare check back at 105 Crestview Drive, number 4.
And did you dispatch, did you do that, or did you dispatch someone to do that, or how did that happen?
Pretty much my closest unit at that time was Deputy Slagle, S-L-A-G-L-E. Dispatched him to that address, and we arrived roughly around 4:12 a.m. We both arrived about the same time.
To the 105 Crestview address?
105 Crestview address, correct.
And I don't know if you've stated what town is that in?
That would be Parkview. So it actually has an Eldridge address, but it is actually Parkview, Iowa.
And you said you went to that apartment?
Correct.
What did you do when you arrived to that apartment?
Actually, I arrived with Deputy Slagle. I had him knock on the door. I believe it was at least twice. We announced ourselves, and then I had him check the door handle, because at that point we knew we were going to make a welfare check into that residence to make sure Taylor or any individuals in the apartment were okay.
Okay, so you and Deputy Slagle are immediately outside of that apartment, is that correct?
That is correct, apartment number 4.
And then at least one of you knocks on the door?
That is correct.
And was that you or Deputy Slagle?
Deputy Slagle.
Did anyone answer or respond to those knocks?
And after, I think it was probably a minute or so, no answer, no movement. We were listening to make sure we could hear anything inside. We couldn't hear anything.
Okay, and did either one of you end up making entry to that apartment?
Yes, after we verified the door was unlocked, I had Deputy Slagle go ahead and make entry to that apartment. And
did you make any observations when he opened or made entry to the apartment?
The first statement that came out of Deputy Slagle's mouth was, "Oh," and then I asked what he had, and we found a deceased female right behind the door.
What happened then?
Pretty much I gave the order that we have to clear the apartment because we have to secure the scene. So both myself and Deputy Slagle made entry, secured the location, make sure that we had no other victims inside, and then no other people in the residence, and then we secured the residence at that point.
Okay, and you kind of touched on this, but what was the purpose of clearing the apartment?
Pretty much a safety check and for make sure we had no other people that were hurt in there, along with no suspects or any other individuals.
What observations did you make inside of the apartment?
As soon as we made entry, like I said, we had a deceased body up against the door. We had actually somewhat step over her to get in. Right away, we observed a baseball bat that was on the couch. A lot of blood, pretty much from the kitchen area to where the body was at. On the walls, it was a lot of blood.
Your Honor, may I approach the witness?
You may.
Pending the witness what's been marked as State's Exhibit 23. I'm going to have you put your gloves on, Lieutenant Leonard. And then here's a pair of scissors. You can narrate if you're breaking any seals, doing anything of that. I'll have you open that and look at it. Don't show it to the jury at this point.
Okay. One of the lab seal, which is from the Department of Investigations. Go ahead and cut that one, making sure that it hasn't been tampered with. We'll go ahead and, for you guys.
Okay, do you recognize that item in that box?
this would resemble the bat that was on the couch when we made entry that night.
Okay, and does it appear to be in substantially the same condition as when you first observed it in the apartment?
Of what I recall, yes.
Okay, and where was that located?
That was located on the couch, pretty much you can say the living room of that apartment. So right inside the door, the couch was there, and this was on the couch.
Your Honor, the state moves to introduce State's Exhibit 23.
No objection, State's 23.
Exhibit 23 will be admitted.
Permission to publish.
You may.
If you could show that to the jury.
It's loose on the bottom down there, so I just want to make sure it doesn't fall out.
Okay, thank you. May I approach the witness?
You may.
Can you describe the bat when you found it that evening? Or did you make any observations of the bat other than it was a bat?
Just pretty much it was a bat. Like I said, we made entry just for the reasonings of securing it, and then we got out of that residence just so until we can get a search warrant later on, and then we could do our investigation.
Okay, so at that point, what's the main focus of being in the apartment?
It was just securing the location and make sure, like I said, make sure we had no other victims inside or suspects.
Did medics arrive?
A medic arrived, yes, about by 4:35, I believe.